You were not supposed to see this. Not now. Because if you watch this to the end, something inside you is going to click. And once it clicks, you won't be able to go back to how you were thinking before. Let me say this first. You're not here by accident. You didn't just find this video. You felt something, and you followed it, and that feeling. That's where this starts. Because something in your life already changed, not visibly, not dramatically, but internally. And you've been trying to ignore it. You've been telling yourself, it's nothing. I'm just overthinking. I'll feel normal again tomorrow. But you don't. And that's the part you can't explain. Because this is not about the future. This is about something that already started, and it's already affecting your behavior, your thoughts, your reactions. Look at yourself honestly for a second. You've changed the way you respond, the way you feel, the way you read people. You notice things faster now, energy, tone, distance, inconsistency. Things that used to be fine now feel wrong, and you don't know why. Late at night, your mind doesn't turn off. You replay conversations, not because you want to, but because something doesn't sit right. You open a chat, type something, delete it. Type again. Close the app. You check your phone, not because you expect something, but because part of you still hopes. And when nothing is there, you feel it, that small drop in your chest, that quiet disappointment. But here's the shift. Even when something is there, it doesn't feel the same anymore. That excitement, it faded. That emotional pull, weaker. And that's what's scaring you. Because now you're stuck between two realities, one where you still care, and one where you're already letting go. And you don't know which one is real. So you sit in between. Scrolling, thinking, overanalyzing, acting normal, while something inside you is slowly disconnecting. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not confused. You're waking up. You're starting to see something clearly that you were trying not to see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There was a moment recently, small but sharp. Something felt off, a sentence, a delay, a reaction. And in that moment, you felt it. Clear, cold, accurate, double quotes. This is not what I thought it was. And since then, everything changed. Not outside, inside. Now everything feels like it's building, like something is about to happen. But you don't know what. And that lack of clarity, it's what's making you restless. It feels like standing on the edge, right before something shifts. And here's where it gets real. This feeling, this exact emotional state, it only appears right before something enters your life that replaces what you're currently attached to. Yes, replaces. Because something in your life is already losing its grip on you, even if you haven't admitted it yet. And what's coming next? It doesn't match the old version of you. So something has to break, something has to end, or something has to be seen for what it really is. Not what you hoped, not what you tried to fix, not what you kept giving chances to, but what it actually is. And this part, this realization, it won't be soft. It will be clear, fast, unavoidable. In a moment, you're going to see exactly what's coming into your life next, not vaguely, not generally, specifically. And when you hear it, you're going to understand why you've been feeling like this. And more importantly, what is about to change. So don't overthink this part. Just choose pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You already felt something when you saw them. That's your answer. Because this isn't random. And what you're about to hear might be exactly what you weren't ready to admit. Asterisk, take a breath. Because this is where it gets real. Pile 1, let's not soften this. You already know. You just didn't want to say it out loud. What's coming into your life next is the truth, and not the comfortable version. The real one. You gave this situation too many chances. You adjusted yourself, lowered your expectations, tried to understand more than you should have. You told yourself, they're just busy, they didn't mean it. It will get better. But it didn't, and deep down, you knew that. The problem was never confusion. The problem was attachment. And now, that attachment is breaking. There's going to be a moment, very soon, where everything becomes clear. Not gradually, instantly. Something will click. And when it does, you won't feel sad. You'll feel done. That quiet kind of done. Where you stop explaining, stop chasing, stop waiting. And here's the shift. You stop asking for clarity. You become it. And once that happens, everything changes fast. Because what's entering your life doesn't come with confusion. It comes with certainty. And for the first time, you won't have to guess how someone feels about you. Pile 2. This one is intense. Because what's coming into your life is movement, but it's going to force you. You've been waiting, thinking, delaying, watching, telling yourself you need more time, more clarity, more certainty. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you already know what you want. You're just afraid of what happens if you choose it. Because once you choose, there's no going back. And that's exactly what's coming. A moment, a decision, an opening. And it won't wait for you. This is not slow energy. This is a shift, fast, direct. And here's the uncomfortable part. If you hesitate, you miss it. Yes, this is one of those moments. But if you act, everything opens. Opportunities, connections, movement. Because this next chapter, it only begins when you stop standing still. Pile 3. This one is dangerous if you don't see it clearly. Because what's coming back feels familiar, comforting, easy to fall into. But this is not a second chance. This is a test. Something or someone returns, but not to stay, to reveal, to show you who you are now, compared to who you were before. Before, you ignored signs. You gave more than you received. You stayed longer than you should have. Now, you see everything, immediately. And that changes the outcome. Because this time, you won't choose based on feelings. You'll choose based on truth. And here's the key. If it aligns, it will feel calm. No confusion. No anxiety. No overthinking. If it doesn't, you'll feel it instantly. And this time, you'll walk away. Without explaining. Without questioning. Without looking back. And that's the transformation. Final message. Listen carefully. Because this is your confirmation. You're not imagining anything. That distance you feel, that emotional shift, that quiet detachment, it's real. Something in your life is ending, even if it hasn't physically ended yet. And something else is already trying to enter. That's why you feel in between. That's why nothing feels stable. That's why you can't go back to how things felt before. Because you're not meant to. You've already changed. And what's coming into your life next matches who you're becoming, not who you were. So if something feels off, it's because it no longer belongs. And when the shift fully happens, you won't be confused. You'll be clear. And you'll realize, this moment right here was the beginning of everything changing. Subscribe if this resonated with you. Because this isn't just a reading. It's a moment you were meant to hear.